fucking tired. Alright. I need to get this done before I forget, so we just going. Oh, I forgot to change my thing. I should probably do that. Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flaps through the newspaper in her hands, while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I now know exactly what this means. And... that she will continue to try to draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it? Oh, Manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies, such as one Limbus Company, must always pay close attention to the ever-changing world around us? Heed thee hither! Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire, and do keep thyself up to date on the events of the history, as Marisol and I, Don Quixote, do air every morrow. But just go along with it, why don't ya? I'm pretty sure he's talking about Marisol and one of his morning routines, you know, the one with the newspapers. The newspaper routine, where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other at an exact 90-degree figure 4 leg lock position, and peruses the morning paper. Yeah, that, I guess it left an impression on her. Bet she'll be back to her usual self in a week or so. Hearken unto me! Art thou paying attention? Yep, totally. So, what's new? What, an article mention us or something? Oh, how dost thou know? Wait, really? Forsooth, feast thy eyes on page 3, though 'tis quite regrettable we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? We're starting to put our names out there, huh? Don Quixote and Rhodia, the two sinners who are guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, were speaking. It's only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at T-Corp! Shocking! The perpetrators to this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Hi. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in the area, it was the most admirable heroes of T-Corp, Class 3 collection staff on the scene. Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us. Bystanders. The truth is that we were barely there. They didn't even mention our company name. Oh, come on! Those time collectors weren't even there! This is within the respected range of behavior for the news media. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps? Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention, Don Quixote. Better not set yourself up for disappointment. And we were standing there for a good moment in a big group, chattering about the article, when someone subtly but smoothly walked between us. Excuse me, would you be employees of Limbus Company? You fellas are... I'm sure you're already aware of the reason for our visit. Oh, I welcome thee here! Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival. Now, from whence shall we begin? Whoa, is she actually here to interview us? No way. Don Quixote was just losing her mind at nothing? I need to screen cap that. That's just a funny line in general. Holy shit. Hold on a minute. Yoink. I was not told that any interview would be taking place. My, where'd Verge go at a time like this? Now, where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heath's makeover? Thou may commence. Alright then. Verily, I shan't rightly take all the credit for what we have accomplished there. Will you be making your tax payment in installments? Huh? Okay, we're clearly not on the same page here. We are the tax collectors from T-Corp's Time Collections Agency. Currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings indeed. Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense. We already paid our time tax in full and we went through the T-Corp Nest immigration process. Virgilia said... Uh-oh. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry? You probably know this already, but in T-Corp, everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules. But for every rule, there's always room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet. Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at T-Corp can pay the appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by T-Corp's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering T-Corp's borders. Impressive. It can't have been cheap. Yet I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Otis does. Haven't I already made it clear that it is not a fashion item? As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay? It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to a rounding error. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Hong Lu with his chin. If it'll help pay for the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe? I didn't pack much when I left, though. Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe ya? Currently, you are 10... Okay, so that's like 10, 100, 1,000, a million. 10 billion! Oh, fuck. How? What? Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard a 10, a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. For that much money... Oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first. What other options do we have if we don't... I mean, if we can't pay the tax? Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only options are following. Make your payment with time or money, with interest, of course. What the hell does making payment with time even mean? Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I'd really care to find out what exactly they meant, though. You saying, Heathcliff? Know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at this nest. Thus, I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor either. And in my Backstreets days, boss dealt with complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a Pew Force stars getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up, though. Well, then, with their not-so-helpful answers, I immediately began to wander towards Faust, who I hoped would know something more about this than the other two of them. That's when Otis suddenly and defiantly stood between us and the collectors. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Tax calculations in T-Corp are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. Would I be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments? Wait. We don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout? Your choice of words may be quite unwise. Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. How exciting. A 10 billion on death. 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. Are we just gonna get fucked? Are we just gonna get into a fight? Fuck it. Also, hey, Epic. There's no fucking voice acting for Intervallo, so I have to read everything out. So that'll be fun. I more so want to get this out of the way because I gotta get the event going. All right, so Pierce is good. Do I stick with the main team? Yeah, I'll bring Wuthering Heights Otis in. I think this should be fine. Oh, I forgot to grab her. Oh well. I'm hoping I can do it tonight. Oh, you're new. Oh. Ugh. Did not have borrowed time. Alright, got a stagger. That's worth. I don't want to take damage. I'm hoping he doesn't get staggered. I might get lucky, though. Fuck it.
맞추기. 그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
충격이 더 무서워지거든. 이미 도달.
No kills.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
흉터의 결과야. 급소가 전부 꿰뚫렸네.
Oh yeah, you should be dead. And if not, you're hopefully dead. Yup, there it is. It's one wave, thank God. Alright, go for it. I feel like I should bring in Pequod Yisang. Max out my pierce damage. A T-Corp staff and our different uniform purchase centers is both sides one of the defensive. Is this one their ringleader? He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of T-Corp, all the same. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp. Lay down your weapons, now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by T-Corp and will use force to... I like that. How thrilling. This is bad. This seems like a great time for Virgilius with his intimidating, glowing eyes to appear. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide bud only a few days ago? Physics has been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay? They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion on... 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. You really like saying that, don't you? Jeez. Yeah. The point is, there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind, law-abiding citizens. who art brimming with a sense of justice. Hear, hear. Virgilius listened quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were a part of a comedy skit. Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of the street, no less. Virgilius let out a deep sigh before turning towards the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion on in time tax is unacceptable. I'm sure you know full well that 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We've been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss possible solutions? I'm still wondering how that number came to be, like... Nice. Actually, let me change up my story team real quick. Just for now, we'll bust out P-Quad. And... that might be the main team. You. Like, these three, I feel like can make it work. Marisol does not leave the teams. That's already 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Which means if I'm going to do that, go big on tax evasion or go home. I'm more confused on how we got tax at all. What's your passive again? Probably not yet. That's absolutely not worth. What do you do? I'm not going to be using you normally, so I'll actually bust out the Blade Lineage one for now. Just to build up more poise in general. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm figuring out what I want to bring. The buff she gives is pretty good. I like a little bit of healing. That the manner was without consequence. How was it with consequence? We didn't fucking do anything. Half of the shit that happened was a raise. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm not going to use that Hong Lu. Against my better judgment, because you're here and because I think it'd be funny, I'm going to do 110 roll. Get the fuck out of here! No! Oh my fucking god! I was joking! I did it for a joke! What the fuck? Alright. Cool. You got exactly the twink you were talking about. I only want him because I want more of the timepieces for the event. I don't think he's going to help this team at all because we need tremor shit for that. That was literally just a joke. What the fuck? Alright, fine. Fuck it, I guess. I'm not trying to have shit for Faust. I don't roll for ego. I'm not breaking that rule either. I was just like, you know what, Pikmin's here. You got to do the event to buy Ryoshu. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll do this and I'll get a Ryoshu. I didn't even want him like that. I just want the buff to the timepieces that you get from him. But yeah, I'll probably save up for Ryoshu in that case. Oh my fucking god. That was actually fucking hilarious. Alright, let's get back to actually doing the thing. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us is much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. Oh, fuck me. A temporal leakage phenomenon? It refers to a deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical... Fuck! Are you kidding? Dante awakens a power and it gets us fucking taxed? Fuck me. What the bloody hell is she blathering about? A deceleration of flow of time within a certain... She must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man at the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. No, considering the odd sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it is most probable that no error had occurred in their calculations. Do you recall, Dante, as you left behind the manor... Marisol, is there aught wrong with thy daily routine? We had just returned to Mephistopheles after the incident at Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow in Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattered through the silence. I have identified an anomaly. We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. It is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor. Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake? As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. The possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. This cannot be! This would be the early hours of tomorrow, is it not? I may have an idea as to how this inconsistency came to be. Right, the TT4 protocol. What's that? Temporal velocity synchronization device, or something like that. TT4, like TT2, oh my god! I might play Lobotomy Corp again. I don't know when, though. I've seen an advert for it once. Luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely hours together, or some shite like that. Oh-ho. Tis quite unlike thee, Sir Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. Pray, shall someone explain it in plainer language? It's an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. Aha! Forsooth, I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us. And with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. That is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper, instead of the morning newspaper, was issued. Good. Natural curiosity is stated. I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job. Also, I wouldn't call it a better model. It sounds like it's only there for desynchronization as a whole. I don't need to reread that again. Temporal velocity synchronization. In comparison to the other one, which essentially just sort of reset time, pause time, and rewinds a whole bunch. A lot more unstable, though, but we also have Lobotomy Corp as the energy source for it, which makes sense in a way. Anyways, back to what I was doing. The LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. As for more detailed information... So, activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused... Yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than what was actually spent was leaked. This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale. Like I said earlier, you affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manor. Honestly, the situation is completely unprecedented. Right. They used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was so bloody pricey. So, the time tax for your inflated tax bracket, multiplied by the surtax per volume for the physical space covered by that temporal manipulation, yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number. It ain't like we knew something like this would have happened. Well, anyway, you have 2 payment options to settle this time tax debt. Oh wait, options? What options? They're like bags of 10 million on grow from a tree, innit? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time? It means... oh. The employee who was about to answer our questions with painfully observable annoyance suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold the emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus Company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. No need to tick-tock and fuss, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I will be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to this incident, so please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust. You're with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and... only Ryoshu will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Oh. Well, off they go, I guess. Didn't even give us the chance to ask them more questions. Just leaving us here like this? Well, isn't this whole mess basically about what'll happen to us? So, this isn't anything serious, but... what's Marisol doing on the gallows? What? Marisol, what are you doing up there? I was told to stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? I did. I'm trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Oh, a clock with legs. Fascinating. Somewhere to submit use of consideration to the upcoming expo. Maybe worth a participation trophy. You're running at a time when some hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the timer find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time. There's only one thing or the other. Maybe you lost in time and straight into the streets. That was no good, not at all. That's not better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? Oh, right. TT5-2 protocol is operating at experimental capacity within his office space. So don't you forget. Anyone not seeing the daily standard time, I find this a little disorienting, so keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's the look of someone who has never once heard of TT5-2 protocol, eh? TT5-2 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invention to address a temporal efficiency problem present in a TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs at only a few select T-Corp offices. Do you ever feel the urge to leave here and purchase this new shiny thing? Feel free to jot down a few words in that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man, whom we presume to be a T-Corp staff, seemed very adept at holding one-sided conversation with zero external input. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. I am ready. Wait, I don't know if this is really a good idea to be ready for something that looks like the rope extending from the intimidating machine tightened around Marisol's throat. Oh. Is this what it means to pair time tax with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? Please call it by its precise and given name. Temporal Scale Gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That was the original name, mind you. There's a bit too much hubbub and hubbubaloo, but it's an excessively long name. There's approximately 58 words or letters. Can someone ask him what'll happen to Marisol? Is that thing going to kill Marisol? Kill him? Nonsense. She's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous. However, spoken in such manner oft portends that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not so sure as to what might happen, actually. So it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend. Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? What? Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about T-Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, hmm? Even worse, comes to the worst. Every citizen is entitled to the right to enjoy a minimum of 4 hours a day. According to T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. My. Sucking 10 billion and 40 million ons worth of time for your friend was too much, I suppose. Look, it says a measurement error. That rarely happens. Wait. You pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen? Just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 million on a time tax debt is a historically unprecedented amount of debt, so I had to see what would happen. You land first place in the lottery, somebody come close to making 10 billion on. That's before taxes. That's like you'll belong in a museum of history, if I'm being honest. Besides, haven't you seen anyone more than 150 hours in time tax debt willingly step up to the gallows before? And beyond that, you should choose to run and dig themselves an even deeper debt hole. Boy, is I scarcely expect someone at 10 billion on time tax will just walk up there like that. What is wrong with this guy? Awaken, Marisol! Prithee, surrender not to such machinery! Oh my god. Thou art unharmed? I am alright. Why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Marisol? Virgilius and Faust, who returned just as this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. I mean, no one died and no one got hurt, so we're understood. I mean, literally, that's like not even a worse scenario to happen. Okay, I'm pleased that you're both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again, but we had our reasons. We have reached an agreement. And explain things to them, right? Please tell me that the agreement doesn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid gallows. A 10 billion on is certainly an absurd amount of money, but that doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible for it. We did benefit for the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unilateral activation. Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. I really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our worth based on individual merit. I have prepared performance evaluation sheets for each sinner precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for the group. Besides, 10 billion on isn't the kind of money you can settle with a sacrifice of an individual. But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is... we have been contracted to deal with a distortion. Huh. I guess we're really starting to put our names out there if they specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion. They have sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were their sixth choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. We gotcha. Well, stories starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a series of similar, unsolved cases within T-Corp's borders. Some call it the case of time-killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of time-killing time. It is exactly what it says on the tin. A distortion is running wild, killing our time. Time is an asset here at T-Corp. It's not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robbery by tracing it. But in the case of time-killing time, the killer does not leave any traces. It is simply gone, completely removed and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened before here. The significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. That is why we formally request you solve this case for us. In return, we'll exempt you from your time tax debt. Oh, thus arriveth once again my time to shine! According to a book I have perused in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmare or beyond are issued this special investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that may as well be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid regarding the detectives? Fixers! We plan to issue those badges, yes. Woohoo! Much have I longed to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this case is dealt with? Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges. One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, so that... Shut it, lass! Right, what are we waiting for? Let's crack on, whack this distortion, and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems. I value your enthusiasm. I also appreciate it if you could allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on a long tangent of your own. The problem is that I don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case. Indeed, I can't have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Also, the Special Investigator Badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them. I concur, to a degree. Otis, who has continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinners, was the first one to welcome this offer. We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these deadweights? We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of business. You seem rather confident that you'd be a part of that elite team of high-performing individuals, Otis. It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. Alright, enough with your nonsense. So how many of us are allowed to work on this case anyway? Virgilius trailed off, clearly unhappy about this outcome. They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation. That's not a lot. Accept it. We barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate. Then you have wasted your breath. A tag team, the executive manager, and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right. So it all comes down to my choice, huh? 3 sinners. So many eyes are upon me. I've never had them all look at me at the same time before, but the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these. Looks like the manager is deep in thought, but pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers first. Let's see some hands, quickly, now. Forsooth, I shan't hesitate before such excellent opportunity! Maybe it's finally my time to shine. Wait, don't even need to ask me, alright? Let's get on with it! Oh, nah, that wasn't... I'm not raising my hand. I'm just cleaning my glasses. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before, except for that one time when we accidentally walked out to the outskirts through the back door. So I had to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. What a mess. It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set, so I'm going to make the choices for you this time, Dante. Well, I don't think there's too big of a gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel in different situations. Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one to choose your companions. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team less than the sum of its parts. This is all about building team synergy. Wait, didn't Rhodia say something about how people born in December and August don't mesh well together? And the sinners who will accompany Dante to solve this case are... I have to choose someone who can support me, calmly assess the situation, and remain free from biased judgments while making smart, rational decisions on the fly. The sinners who fit the description are... Do we even have anyone like that? I still have to choose someone, though. Damn it, I've got it! I choose Faust, Marisol, and Yisang! Rodion, Ryoshu, and Honglu. What? Wait, huh? Dante has selected me, Marisol, and Yisang. Have Haven't you been listening, Dante? I have certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she was not an option. Yiseng was immediately ruled out even before the meeting adjourned due to his history of developing an unauthorized invention at T-Corp. Marisol did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I am truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't soon forget this. Wait, that's a... Hey, Otis, you know that's not at all what I meant. I just thought that maybe we needed someone skilled and experienced like you to effectively manage the remaining sinners while we're... okay. I really soured the mood, didn't I? The three of them, why did I even imagine in my wildest dreams, will be hanging out together, all turned to look in my direction. Whoa, just the three of us, huh? A trio is such an eye-catching number, isn't it? Rhodia, I get, but why'd the two of you volunteer? Thought it sounded fun as hell? The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Yeah! Don Quixote tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen. I have naught else to blame my slightly lower vertical placement in this world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Virgilius has failed to catch mine impassioned hand. That's a word. Don Quixote sobbed, dramatically lamenting how Virgilius did not even bat an eye in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise her hand. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though. 'Tis my final legacy I bestow upon thee. What's all this? A book, a magnifying glass, and... are these clothes? 'Tis my treasure, my collection. Prithee, be gentle with them. Oh, but why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing? One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business. Verily, is that not obvious to thee? Records of investigation, solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha. Huh. Somebody's autographed it. Who's this Agatha? Fie! How are y'all so ignorant in the lore of fixers? Once she was a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the 7 Association. Truly no one? Most people don't know those lore, Don Quixote. Cumbersome clothes. How wilt thou call thyself an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Here, here, 'tis only right that the leading ace detective adorn her countenance with this special mustache. Look, Lady Agatha says in the foreword of this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in impeccable fashion. Don Quixote just let it go. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but how come you didn't get picked for this, Ishmael? Didn't get picked? I never volunteered. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free paid time off without breaking company rules. And I wasn't about to let that chance slip. I guess I did have some last-minute regrets when I saw who Virgilius picked, but I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help him out when needed. Well, good luck, while the... Hey, call us the Elite Four. How's that? While the self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp, I want to find a place to take the edge off and unwind. How unfortunate. T-Corp did not authorize the rest of the sinners to run about unmonitored. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion ons worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral. Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Virgilius was pointing at what was clearly a jail cell. Are you certain that's the lodging guide? I'm going to jail? Yep, as living collaterals apparently. It'll be fine! Hey, bet you look fondly back at all this memory when it's all said and done, okay? We'll be right back, so just be nice and stay put. Nice. This jail cell at least has some heating. Wait. What happens if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing him again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess. What?! Hey, wait, get back here! That's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom! Heathcliff is just like, fuck it, we got heating, we're good. Calm down, alright? We'll be back before you even... Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives, mark my words! We set off on our journey after receiving the aforementioned special investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the remaining sinners behind. After a while, all we could hear was the sad intermittent clattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel bars. Alright, well, everyone's ready then. Let's gonna move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see. The case records say that... Aha! It's just a stone's throw away! Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let it record! This states that neither of the first two victims in a communicative state. How unfortunate. No, I mean, why are you coming along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away. Shoot! Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. We were going to send an employee with you so that we can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress. Pull that stick out of your ass. We plan to send a Class 2 staff with you, but you're... Me? Class 5. See the badge? The chatterbox employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. Apologies for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expect to see a Class 5 auditor all the way down here. That guy's a Class 5 staff? Really? Class 5 is the highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, don't be so sure. Depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there's Class 12 and Class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's get a move on. We stared in silent bafflement at the employee who had already stormed out of the building, then hurriedly followed him out of the door. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? Very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time. They're eliminating it completely. They're yanking it out of circulation. So, your name is... Mai? Relax, call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really? I never call anyone by their names, though. Relax and call you however we want, but you're obviously here to be our handler. That's true, and it does make things a bit tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think. Ah, I've got it! You're all dressed as detectives. Well, consider me your ever-helpful assistant who tags along your adventures. Okay, but still... Ryoshu, who was staring off into the distance while puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up just as Rody was about to retort. Assistant, lead us. Right away, ma'am! What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? You know, my family used to employ... They sure warmed up to him fast. Oh, that's bad. I have stuff for Hong Lu, but I have to... I'm assuming the limit's gonna be locked to Hong Lu, so give me a minute, actually. Hong Lu's fine. Rody is a problem. I mean, you're a good ID in general. What could I do here? I want to... I mean, honestly, I feel like Ryoshu... Shit. How much of these can I get? 26 times 5. Yeah, fuck it. I wanted to save up to get the... I wanted to save up to get the, to get Ryoshu now, but... I'm gonna need this boy at his best, like, right now.
자, 나를 범인이라고 생각하고 여기서 있었던 일을 천천히 상상해 보면 결국 진상을 파악할 수 있겠죠?
Fuck. I guess I'll start by taking a quick look around. The child leisurely strolls to a dark and stuffy basement. He has a casual look on his face, as though all is right in the world. In his mouth is a sweet lollipop, and his gait is relaxed and gentle. There was something different about this child, though. He wore the very same scarf that others in his organization wore. He did not share their perpetual sense of urgency. It's not a rare sight to see a Eurodivi fight a Eurodivi, but this one's a bit different. The Eurodiviae, an organization established with the spirit of bringing a new world to life, a world in which the few do not hoard the riches, a world of equality. Not all those who call themselves a Eurodivi share the same sentiment. Now that the Eurodivi was widespread enough to establish themselves as a real presence, even in some nests, some of their new recruits did not share that ideal. Some of them joined only because they were down on their luck, or only because they simply disliked the way things were under the Wings' reign. Such discord often leads to internal conflict. Sometimes their opinions of the Wings and the Nest just don't always see eye to eye, and sometimes violence becomes the preferred conflict resolution method. But that's just the way things are in the city, isn't it? And that is where the child comes in. He has been working as a Eurodivi detective of sorts, investigating instances of such violence. My, blood splatters all over the place. All these broken cups. That'll fetch quite the compensation. Hey, you're finally here. Yes, I am. Can I get a lowdown on what we're dealing with? His colleague extends his greeting as the child bends down to traverse under several layers of tapes outlining the crime scene. Well, like always, you can say I've got a lowdown to give ya. But I'm sure this mess is nothing more than one of them brawls that break out after a potent mix of too many shots of liquor and overly passionate debates. I've got confirmation from the witnesses and the owner, too. One of them just glassed the other one out of nowhere, right in the forehead. Ouch. With a glass cup? Sounds painful. Yeah, ouch is right. It was probably the last straw. One of no return where all hopes of resolving this situation that a casualty were lost. The partner muttered bitterly before letting out a deep sigh. Lad, I can't understand how people gathered the same banner and the same cause could hate one another so much. I just don't. It's easy to bring people together for something happy because everyone wants the same thing. But bringing angry people together for something unhappy is hard, because once you really look into it, you'll notice that not everyone wants the same thing. People all have different reasons for feeling unhappy about their wings, right? Sometimes I can't help but wonder how you can act so aloof, like you're above all this. You decided to join the Eurodivi, but you had your own reasons too, am I wrong? Oh, I'm just here to extend my horizons. This will give me an eye for picking up clues and getting a better picture of each case. The colleague simply could not understand the child, nor could he share in his casualness, but perhaps he thought that was precisely why the child could be trusted to resolve these cases with a fair eye and swift feet. Besides, it was more fitting for the Eurodivi to solve their own problems rather than rely on a wing or the associations. Right, what do you see? Give me something to work with here. Of course. As we can start the crime scene. The child adjusted the dial in his clockwork monocle as he replied, which suggests that he was in high spirits. A monocle crafted by a skilled artificer who once worked for a famous workshop, highlighted various points of interest. Adjusting the dials to play various scenes could help with the viewer's deductions. Look, the blood splatters all dried at different rates. This one's dried and viscous, and is halfway permeated to the wood. The other splatter's a bit fresh though. Not sure how much that info's worth. Like how dried blood splatters are doesn't help as much if one was living 8-hour days and the other one 6-hour days. Can't tell who bled first from that. Let's reconstruct the broken pieces of the glass. Wait, this is a light bulb, not a glass cup. Then above us must be... Huh, one of the lights is missing. This could be interesting. Let's check the register, shall we? The child sang a cheerful hum as he sauntered up to the register. The owner of this shop organizes daily earnings by collecting the receipts. Remember how he is always so proud to show off his collection of receipts whenever we came here for a meal. Like he's been deep in the red as of late. Replacing precariously hanging light must have been the last thing on his mind. Wait, that means... Yep. That explains the confused look on the victim's face. I saw through my monocle. So all that was over a misunderstanding? The colleague sighed and ran his hand through his hair with a bitter expression. What's the pain to see the Eurodivi's name, which people flocked on the same cause of revolution, degrade in the public eye? It's tragic, but maybe all of this was inevitable. Expecting everything to go right in a world of ever-shifting chaos is to slumber in a dream of excessive idealism. Oh, the real stressor is, do I have enough experience tickets to get him leveled up? Oh, and Rhodia too. Oh, I feel like I can get away with keeping her at just up tie 3.
지식이 곧 나의 열쇠이니 문을 열기 위해 정진하겠습니다.
Behold my power of Rhodia hating. That was rude. Do I have enough? Just enough for 42.
무지 외에 암흑은 없나니 가벼운 산책을 한 기분이네. 이제 돌아가.
Oh, sick.
날이가 있겠군. 아이고.
I'll do the thread one as well.
어줍잖은 결과에 들뜨지 말도록. 우리가 사냥할 고래는
아, 어쩔지 이겼네. 수고 많았어 관리자 양반.
자, 이제 워더링 하이츠로 복귀한다.
I should also be able to get all the center passives. So, with that in mind, who should I bring with me? What's your passive for support? That's kind of worthless. What's your support passive? That's also kind of worthless. What about you? I'll take that. Why not? Wait, no, isn't that resonance? If it is, that's also worthless. Fuck yeah, we'll go with base for now. I guess Pequod is fine there. I don't think I have any other Ishmaels that would really help here, huh? You two should... Well, you should be good. I'll bust him out for SP. What was the support without? It has more damage than critical hit. I don't care about that. So yeah, I'll bust him out for now. Can I max you out now? Yes, the answer is yes. Fuck it. I kind of didn't want to dump all the thread, but honestly, Rhodia is kind of just here. I'm hoping him and Ryoshu will be enough to, like, survive. Of course, I don't think it's going to be all that hard, but you never know. I'm also debating on picking up the Faust, just so I can, like, more so I get the extra bonus. Because the more of the more watches I can get at once, the more thread and the vouchers I can, like, pull out to make them stronger. It's like a weird 3D chess game.
다음은
So actually, you know what? Fuck it. How much Faust I got? 122. So yeah, I can burn. Maybe like 400 again, but fuck it. My rolls are horrible right now, but it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. Trust me. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. Just trust me. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. Trust me. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. Just trust me. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. Just trust me. I'm gonna hit that 30. I'm gonna hit that 30, bro. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna hit that fucking 30, bro. Is this gonna happen? Alright, we're gonna let go of the 30. Really? 4? 5. 4. 4. 5. I should only need 1 at this point. Let's get really unlucky. There we go. Alright. Let's just get the fucking... Yeah. I didn't really want this, but I might as well grab it. Yeah, shut up. Because now I can just put the ego on. Oh, I'm my only WoW ego, so I guess that's useful. I'm hoping I can just not deploy Rhodia. Alright, back into it. I'm hoping I can get to at least 10 by the end of tonight. Let's see. The third victim in this case is this watch factory's. Hold on. The obviously gaudy and expensive suit. Meticulously trimmed and shaped mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my deductions. You're right on the money, detective. We're off to a great start. Ahem, ahem. We're detectives working on a case of time killing time. My name is... What's going on? Ryoshu, detective. He sure is a fast talker. He's talking way faster than Marisol did when he reviewed those chickens. Oh, someone already sent me that. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for it eventually. I just haven't done the other DLC yet, the second one. I'll just finish it all one shot. I already had the season pass, so I'm chilling. He's talking so fast. Like someone pressed a fast forward button on him or something. I can't understand a thing coming out of his mouth. He's someone who has a lot of time. What's that supposed to mean? An average teacher is about 20 to 28 hours in a day. We might also run into someone like him. People with plenty of time to spare. Because they have so much surplus time, they can afford to condense 40, 50 hours to a single day. And people with fewer hours in a day, it'll look as though he's moving 2, 3 times faster than them. Someone with that much time could pick their nose in a blink of an eye before anyone even has a chance to catch them in the act. Ew. Wait, I already got season pass. I'm already in for that. I gave Rhodia a quick look of concern. She had to do something for Ryoshu. Sliced his neck clean, I think. A quick look as in a brief flicker of the flames burning on my clock. Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at a serious risk of becoming a victim of a completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration, very rapidly that is, before activating what appeared to be a voice recorder. He began to play his voice back at us. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name's Bumble, proud proprietor of this watch factory. Apologies for this awkward method of communication. You see, my days are 52 hours long. I usually live 100-hour days in my heyday, but the things have taken a turn for a worse of the fact in recent years. 52 hours? To me, it looks as though you're all talking very, very, very slowly. Must say, it's quite frustrating. I want to suffer this annoyance. I can solve this case. You have 52 whole hours to spend in a single day? I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Oh, I can tell you if that curious. It's very, very full of life. I say, having more time to spend in a day means get more things done in a day, like sleeping 10 or more hours a night, and having more than 40 hours up to spend. Good sleep really is key to keep your skin moist and fresh. Indeed, you let you touch it if you want, huh? As though in an effort to demonstrate, Bumble was constantly zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on the phone, and even brushing his teeth while we stood there listening to his recordings. I don't care. Get to the point. It was one late evening, Let's see, like always, I was busy walking down the street, had a very important meeting to attend to, you know, And all of a sudden, an attack? No, I just haven't recalled I left my bacon on the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered in 23's purple salt. My second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point. Well, so I stopped briefly, looking at the clock tower, wondering if I should head back home and salt that bacon, And that's when the time ripper struck. The clock tower. Each one of the 12 zones of T-Corp is a clock tower displays A Corp standard time scale. Everyone has different hours spent in a day. The watches sync their respective time scale as well. But to tell the real objective time, we'll have to check the clock tower. That's pretty neat. Alright, you two. Let's focus on the important stuff. Let's see, how about we start with a physical description? Fine tailored suit. A tailored suit? Bit fancy for someone called the Time Ripper, don't you think? It must have cost about 58 million on. Of course, as it was tailor-made, his comfort was beyond human imagination. Wait, what? Oh, how could I forget? This impressive, keenly shaped mustache. Hey, I wasn't talking about your own physical description. One more chance until I slice your neck clean. Oh, I mean a murderer's appearance. Let me think. I don't recall anything. It happened so fast that... How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Can you not ask something like that with such a big grin on your face? Nope, it was just, 100 hours is gone in the blink of an eye. There's a very important appointment to have, you know. Suffered so much damage, 100 hours? That's a whole week in the blink of an eye. No, nope, 100 hours means it's 2 days or so, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days, Ripping away time, An invention that enables something like that would certainly win the Inventor of the Year award, and the loads of prize money that comes with it. T-Corp really values supports in its inventors, you know. Oh yeah, it really values them. Some people say that once upon a time, T-Corp's executive director himself showed up to bestow the awards. And once an inventor is always an inventor, so he probably won't notice Kieran his inquisitive spirit. I've seen a ceremony once, he was giving away autographs. And maybe we're looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech. Assistant? But every invention at T-Corp needs to be registered at Technology Administration Agency. There's not without a few exceptions. There was once a time when a rogue group of inventors called a League of Nine literatures with inventions that they neglected to register. And wow, what a mess that was! Every single corner of T-Corp was up in arms. Everyone dashing around in a panic, making arrests, holding important meetings while It was that big of a deal? I can't even imagine how hard it must have been for Yi-Sang. Alright, so is there anything like that registered in T-Corp's tech agency? Nope, first time hearing about anything like it. You could have started there, you know. What if this is a power granted by the distortion? Meanwhile, Ryoshu, who was completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off to the distance. She looked out the factory window and let out an annoyed puff of smoke before muttering quietly to herself. No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead, and we don't know where the killer is. Who could it be, I wonder? Someone took a like my very expensive suit, I say, Disagree. Your suit's shit! Fucking Christ. Aww. Besides, if I really wanted to kill you... Me? Why would you... I'd have to be able to move as fast as you do. I won't be able to get a good aim at your vitals otherwise. Ryoshu stood towards him for suddenly breaking into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stumbled back in terror, but Ryosha was fast enough to close the distance and press her scabbard into his neck, despite disparity in time. Just like this. Whoa. I thought she was actually about to beat the shit out of him with that scabbard. That'd be case closed then, What I'd do is arrest Ryoshu. He scared the heck out of me, I suppose that villain didn't really stab me in my vitals or whatever, But he did appear all of a sudden, just like you did, I see. The killer isn't just running around ripping time away from random people left and right. Yes, the killer was going specifically for that annoying, stupid shit? The void left behind by Sinclair's absence was much bigger than I'd thought. I meant that annoying, stupid stash. Not having that kid here is frustrating. No way, can you think of a single person who hates someone like me, I can think of more than a few. I said it must have been the work of some bandit who wanted to try my tailored suit, Oh, what about your employees? Lady Agatha's book says that to find the culprit, must first look at the victim's immediate circle. I have no idea if that book Don Quixote gave us earlier is actually helping, but I suppose it's at least a very good page-turner. Hong Lu can't seem to be able to tear his eyes away from it. Maybe I should check it out too. Once we get back to the bus. Yeah, that works. Then the culprit has to be someone who hates the owner so much, enough to try to take his time. Nuh-uh, it's quite implausible, as you can see. What? Labor's this factory? They're all working so slowly, like they're moving through molasses. Most factory laborers at them usually live a rather short 10-hour days, most of which they spend at their factory jobs anyway. What did you say? Listen up, everyone, Our output gain saw only 13% growth compared to last month's growth, Have I not impressed upon you how important this is, We've fallen behind profit margin pressure at this rate, Bumble hollers at them in frustration. Laborers very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner. Even that simple action took an excruciatingly long time to complete. Boss, it's impossible to work any faster than... Woo, how bothersome, Less complaining, more assembling, User times effectively, Chop, chop, Ugh. You have no idea how frustrating it's been for me as of late, You know when the next batch of cogs has stopped all of a sudden, Jesus. We could understand him thanks to the recorder next to us, but everyone out of its earshot would have no chance of understanding whatever he's talking about. Hey, Mr. Bumble. You're talking way too fast for him to understand. You know that? I didn't expect him to understand a thing you're saying. So, not me who's too fast, Is him who are too slow, Only hustlers and busy bees like myself who make the best of their time can rise above the rest in this chaotic, bustling city, What? You know that's a load of bull. How are they supposed to hustle or make the best of their times when they're practically nailed to the floor? With what time? Or yet, hey, I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp after all. Hey, assistant. You're a Class 5 employee, right? Aren't you supposed to be a big shot? Do you seriously think there's anything normal about all of this? Normal? Dear detectives, do you happen to be returning from a round trip across every single nest in the city, all the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say you've seen all there is to see? Not really, but... Then give this idea a thought, why don't you? And the notion of what is normal is just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and the suffering. That is to say, that suffering is a part of a life in the city, regardless of what your nest you're in. I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 50 Hours Days right here. Such harsh words, I have my share of pain, I'll have you know, I've been waiting for something to get finished for a while, You know how much of a pain it is to wait for someone else to have too much time in your day? It's so tedious. Mumble gently fixed his mustache and hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. Wow, this corp is hell.
전가요?
Oh, fuck, I need her. Alright. This is gonna be a pain. At least I still have these tickets I can use. It's not much, but you mean she won't instantly get splattered. So you will. I mean, our other people are locked. I wouldn't mind. Literally, the only reason this event sucks is I'm stuck with Rhodia. I'm not even lying when I say that. Like, if I could put her away, I would. Because I could probably make it through with just these two. How many times can I do this before I stop getting... Alright. One more time.
이제 워더링 하이츠로
Okay.
복귀한다.
Okay, 34. We can... I feel like 34 can work. What was the recommended level? 41. Fuck you. Alright. I mean, I heard Daisy Rodion is overkill powerful. I'm not saying she isn't, but you need to understand, I never fucking did any of Rhodia's IDs ever. We discard to get shields and punch harder. I know she's a powerful ID, but have you considered that I don't like Rodion? Can I do it one more time, please? Oh, thank God. Come on, there's a bit more, there's a bit more, there's a bit more, there's a bit more. 38. I told you that you will use literally, it's the most unfortunate sinner I could have gotten for this shit. One more? Okay, I think this should be enough. I sure hope none of their cards level 45, because we're sticking with that. Alright.
정리 시간이다.
I hope the other center passes this trigger. Maybe we can flip the script in our line of thought. What kind of people, Rhodia, do you think hate rich people? Who do you think would hate rich people like me? Well, except for my family, if I do ever get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet that it's one of my family members who did me in. Or Heathcliff. That's a pretty dark joke. The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. Yes, if the culprit's hiding among those slowpokes, Clock would have noticed it. And that narrows the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory, not without much time. Someone's got a bone to pick against the time wrench. Or it could be someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs on the T-Corp nest. Also, well, Dante could be right, that this power was granted by distortion. Nothing rules out the possibility they may be using an unregistered invention. There may be more than a single culprit, then. More than a single culprit, huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description. Nah, no way. I doubt it. They don't ever take drastic actions like these anymore, even back at J-Corp. Wow, that's some coincidence, isn't it? I have a Nova group of people just like them. A group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest. Perhaps you're looking for the Eurodivier? Ah, that rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization, Rhodia? Rhodia stopped dead in her tracks. The Eurodivier? Here? Do you know something about that organization? I did hear that they've been spreading through the nest as of late, though it hasn't been long since they started popping up within T-Corp's borders. So direct T-Corp employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals. Methinks is a real bother. Standing guard here, all this stop and search. So tedious. Where's Otis or Ish? I want to sniff them. Ninja, you missed it. We're locked to 3 sinners. The only sinners we get for this entire chapter is Hung Lu, Rhodia, and fucking Ryoshu. Everyone else has been locked up, literally. So, what are the Eurodivi up to around here? All kinds of stuff that petty thieves get up to. Stealing things like time or money. Well, I did hear they also do some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people. And... Wait, stop right there. You! What are you looking around all shifty for, eh? Is a stop and search. But, hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady with the cig and that creepy glare. Oh, hey, I remember you. Where can we find them, Eurodivier? Well, it probably ain't too difficult. Let's see there. Honglu! The sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds. He was peeking around an alleyway. Speak of the devil. I should activate their badges earlier. Activate our badges? Whew. Starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante. Let's bring him back. Gotcha. Turning the clock now. Wait, you can bring him back? There! The explosion came from that way! Damn watch chains of T-Corp. You collect your filthy dues, eh? Okay, no time to explain, right? Let's talk about that later. Alright, time to lock in.
뭐야 파이팅이다.
Ooh, what's this? Oh, T-Corp. Oh, that's what the badge does. Got it. So basically, we don't die instantly. Alright. Should have figured it had something to keep us from dying, but...
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Ryoshu feeding us a piece of corn has changed my life forever. Yo, Honglu!
무지하니까
저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
직접 타도하죠.
무지하니까 맞는 거야.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
맞는
두드려
거야.
패.
직접 타도하죠.
맞는 거야. 맞는 거야.
헛! 맘.
대의에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
Wait, Faust counts, so that's an extra 40%. So realistically, as long as I save up for Ryoshu...
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
Retreat! Hey, participation trophy! Participation trophy? Is he talking to me? How on earth did you do that earlier? Tick tock, and voila! Seems to me you rewound the time and unwounded your friends. I've never seen a detective rewind time like that. Well, that's... Trade secret. Ask and you shall receive pain. Fascinating! Aren't you terrified of time? As far as I'm aware, there's practically no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open, unenclosed area. Either that or my study didn't reach as far as I thought I did. Wait, no, that's actually a very serious problem then. I was very desperate, you know. Very unlikely that I missed anything. You know what else is a serious problem? The fact that we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while they're all getting away. Come on, Dante! Hold on, inane stuff? It's extremely serious. And of course, absolutely incomparable to what amounts of arresting a few small fry revolutionaries. It was a true resurrection, and the head would have been after your heads already. So I doubt that this. Then it must have done with time manipulation. I'm certain of it. Maybe it works the same mechanism as T2 protocol under the hood. Nope, that works only with an Hey, T2 mention! TT2 reference! Yay! Nope, that works only with an isolated enclosure. Can't want to have a singular individual. Perhaps they're drawing time from elsewhere to inject it into their time streams? Ah, that's a tad more plausible. If actually rewinding their time, the individual elements of that process will manifest in a vastly different manner. As well as you can't really rewind or skip time either, am I right? You can't just say all that gibberish and expect me to be able to... The process seems to involve a great degree of pain. Oh, well, this is in bad taste that it is good news. I suppose I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to get into nitty-gritty, only if I had to venture into one of the more dangerous places like back streets, but here we go. Check the other side of your badges. There should be a small clockwork knob attached to your badges in there. Mind rotating it for me? Class 5 staff jeopard on endlessly, zapping between numerous subjects in a matter of seconds before reaching out and pointing at the badges we were wearing. Not all fixers specializing in investigations are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies, but these special investigator badges are equipped with the very same special function goes into suits that higher-ranking staff managers of T-Corp wear. It's called Golden Time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it will automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration process as soon as it detects the wearer is at risk of death. Nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So, I don't actually have to turn the clock myself? Well, it takes time for it to refill once the charge is spent. If you run out of its uses, then I suppose it'll come down to you, participation trophy. You gotta take one for the team and bring them all back yourself. You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds, huh? I prefer that. Good. Whew. Ready? Let's go after them then! Where did they run off to? I'm pretty sure they came this way. No more tracks. Wasted too much time on his boring lectures. Hey, assistant. Are you sure it's okay for you to just saunter behind us like you're out on a picnic? Why would I run? I hate running. It's literally your job to arrest a Eurodivier, isn't it? Is it though? My job at this precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of time-killing time, not making Eurodivier arrests. But you're a T-Corp employee! Okay, fine. Let's say I decided to run instead of walking, help you capture the Eurodivier rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems because they're gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention that, as long as their reader runs free, they'll be back before you know it. Excuses. Then... If we do kill... Oh, kill them all. I am surprised he understood that. If we do kill them, it only opens up for a room for a worse thing to take their place. That happens, that collector from earlier might not end up suffering something much, much worse, have to stop and search random passerby. Not to mention, no time we getting muscle cramps while they're running. That's... Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird, I thought you wouldn't want me to arrest them. Right? I thought Rodeo would be a bit happier to be reunited with the Eurodivier. Well, looks like the trail's gone cold. Let's go back to the stop and search lady and ask if she noticed anything suspicious since we left. Fine. The T-Corp employee you met earlier was still standing completely inert, not moving. Uh-oh. Poor woman. I can wish she's still on duty at such a late hour. Such is the life of a laborer. No. They got her. I can't even hear her breathing. Does no one think it's weird that a man with a clock head is accepted as normal? Ninja, has you seen half the shit in this city? No way you haven't. You haven't played Lobotomy Corp. Dude. First off, you need to beat Lobotomy Corporation, but also, trust me, this is not the weirdest shit. That's the Time Ripper's MO. The Time Ripper got to her that fast? She's in a state of absolute stillness. A death-like state achieved without a thimble of blood on their hands. What a misophobic art. She may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside. For her, it would be as brief as a blink of an eye. What do you think the culprit's trying to do with all that time? Guys, this is a crime scene. Let's try not to touch the body. I mean the victim. Whoa, look! There's some sort of spatio-temporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. She is entirely incorporeal. Yeah, I'm still wondering what the fuck was Virgilius' idea, but actually, well, yeah, right. Ninja, for context, the only reason we're stuck with these three is because Virgilius said, everyone who wants to do something, volunteer right now. while Dante was trying to figure out who, basically, who in the team should go with him, which his conclusion was horrible, by the way. He wanted Faust, but Faust needs to hang out with Virgilius to talk about something. He wanted Yi-Sang, but Yi-Sang's history here means that he's not allowed to walk around as freely like that. He was gonna say Marisol, but Marisol did not see the need to participate. So Virgilius did the picking for us, and he said Honglu, Ryoshu, and fucking... The joke was smart people versus street smarts. And my counterpoint to all of that is, even if Ryoshu wanted to help us, I don't see her being all that useful. Also, I just stick with the idea that Virgilius has looked over at everyone and said you three will probably cause the least amount of trouble together. Because if we bring Don Quixote, it was gonna be bad. Heathcliff doesn't even give a fuck. He's just taking a nap in his cell. His one response to being put in a jail cell is, oh, they got heating in here. Alright, I can make this work. I feel like I was thinking if Don was here to be stabbing a lot. I feel there's a meaning for why they were picked. I don't think so. Considering the situation of what was happening, I think Virgilius legitimately just went, alright, fine, you three will cause the least amount of trouble together. Because, like, I mentioned it before to another friend of mine, but, like, Rhodia and Honglu make sense. I do not see situations where having Ryoshu would be beneficial at all, aside from she understands murder. Because even if she does understand it, she doesn't give enough of a fuck to play along with everyone else. Exhibit A, the dude earlier, she almost killed him. And let me lock in. Is this seriously the time to... Rhodia, there, up ahead! I whipped around, noticing the unfamiliar sensation of a distortion, and caught a brief glimpse of a suspicious figure slowly slipping into the fog. You, stop! Ryoshu, think you can catch up? I'm not your hunting dog, but sure, I'll entertain you just this once. Oh, she's pretty fast. She sure moves fast when she finds something interesting. It's been a while since I've seen people like you, kind of sprint forward, their eyes fixed on the horizon. Here, everyone ever looks down. Nice bending gazes locked to the ground, watching their own feet take their halting steps. I suppose they only ever look up to check the time on the clock towers. But there must have been a time when everyone walked tall. I think I know why that is. Because they all learned helplessness. Because they realized that, even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change. That it doesn't matter. Yeah, not everyone can run like Marisol. Learning to maintain a stable breathing rhythm is not easy. That's not what I'm talking about. Wait, take a closer look at her face. Remember? It's the same face she was making earlier when she shouted, "It's a stop and search." Yeah, maybe she saw someone suspicious, approached them for a stop and search, and got ambushed. We should ask her when she recovers. But we don't know when she'll recover. Catch. Are you sure you captured him alive? Hey, Ryoshu, doesn't he kind of look a bit different from the mysterious person that got away? He's clearly wearing something different. Besides, he's one of the Eurodivia we already ran into. Clothes are just husks that can be cast off at any moment. I never want you to talk again. What? He started running as soon as our eyes met. Ryoshu, you were full sprinting at someone! Oh my fucking... This is exactly what I'm talking about! This is exactly what I'm fucking talking about! This bitch! Hey, rise and shine. Ryoshu actually stupid. It's like, yeah, I would also start fucking running if you were running at me. Are you crazy? How am I the suspicious one? Anyone would run if someone like you started sprinting after them with that big sword in your hand. She is more than qualified to interrogate. Yeah, but not to chase people. I have many, many ways to crush the truth out of you. First, no dismembering. This is the Eurodivia's turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down here. I prepared this secret weapon just for this occasion. Watch out! But nothing happened. What was that? One of the 5 greatest inventions of Eurodivia T-Corp branch, the portable adjustable frequency periodical lighting apparatus attached to a sound wave generator. This will call every single Eurodivia in its range to its exact location. There, see what I mean? See, the problem among inventors, they never know when to stop when it comes to naming their inventions. You'll pay dearly for smacking me in the back of my noggin! Is your goat the yapathon here? Everyone here yaps. I hate T-Corp, bro. Alright, Hong Lu, give it to him.
파이팅이다.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
He said noggin. This game 10 out of 10. Bro, look at his movement though. He's so fresh with it. Oh yeah, Ninja, you missed it. My gacha luck went crazy today. I never think we have some more than undead. Then you don't hang out with enough people. I haven't done anything in LC event. Spent $5. No, because I grind for those specifically. The one roll I did today was only because Pikmin was here and I thought it'd be funny.
결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
직접 알게
공중이 더 매서워지거든.
맞는 거야. 맞는 거야.
Why did Hong Lu get a whole ass trick weapon? Oh my god.
편하게 가자고요.
Why is he so cool?
결국 내 공부가 부족하지 않았다는 거네. 그치? 좋았어.
144 clocks, got it. Oh, we're up to 8.
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
Oh, that was a horrible start. Maybe that I can hit that dodge though. Spent money on gacha. I'm gonna have to kill you. This game has a battle pass, bro. I gotta do it. I gotta get that battle pass. Fortnite battle pass. I do shit out my. Uh oh. Come on, Rodeo. Come on. Oh, we're fucked. Oh well, one single hit won't ruin it. Does it have emotes? Weezer? Don't finish the song. You never finish the song. Oh my god, this is a horrible start.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Rodion does not feel pain. I still want to do damage.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
Boy! Look at her shield. Oh, I see it. Trust me, I see it. Oh, there's 2 waves. This is even worse. Well, then again, we should be able to clutch it. I'm gonna go with that. I don't want her taking damage. He's playing Alan Wake. Sorry, baby, I'm leaving you. It's Alan Wake, bro. You'll play it eventually.
거스르지 말고.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거
Broken Unity. Ooh, what's that do?
죽은 다음만 생각해.
Undead Ryza into holding it off till the end of time off. He's gonna play God Hand. He's not me. I'm gonna use the skill 1s actually. Is that her skill 3? I'll discard it just so I can get some nice power for next turn. Power Stone for this FT50 with me.
편하게 가자고요. 편하게 가자고요.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게
Oh, we don't get their passives. Damn, that sucks. Hit that dodge real quick. Hit that. What are they weak to? Oh, it's blunt. Alright, that's the case. What part of just these 3 did you miss? I was wondering if the passive was still triggered, that's all. I'm about to say Ryoshu clutch, Ryoshu clutch. Oh, Hong Lu's eating out here. Oh no, here it comes.
그런 것도 되죠. 편하게 가자고요.
You are not breaking that shield, my brother. Oh, is that blunt damage up for no reason?
금세 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
Oh no, I understand. I see the vision with this character now. Hope you like Hong Lu. Oh shit, did Weezer say?
직접 타도하죠.
Hope you guys like Hong Lu.
맞는 거야.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작자를 내놨어.
Hope you guys like Hong Lu.
훌륭한
It was
장치였어.
out of order.
이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Bro, that is a typical, like, word association trick. Don't even talk to me.
고통 없이 지식을 얻지 못한다나 뭐라나.
After matching various pieces of information we found from the defeated Eurodivia members together, we managed to track them down to a rundown building that appeared to be their hideout. You finally managed to track us down, haven't you? Filthy wash chains of T-Corp, and you clock! You clock, he says. It's only elementary, because I am an ace detective. Rory exclaimed triumphantly as she flicked her hair back, but I sensed the smallest hint of uncertainty in her voice. Yep, we're all ace detectives. I'll admit, we shouldn't have let you track us down, but you don't look too strong. It is a foolish move to fight a lion in his den. I hope you prepared yourselves. Don't you worry about our butts. We've got a class 5 staff with us, you know. And there's a few things about you. 1, that man's outfit, that aloof look on his face. I see it's likely you're not lying that he really is a class 5 staff. 2, you're absolutely shameless for bringing a class 5 wash chain to a rundown hideout like this. Why does this have anything to do with shame? I don't know about shame, but this place sure is run down. Right, how about this? I'll send this one out for the sake of fairness. It'd be like cheating if I were to take part in this fight, yeah? That is a fair proposal. Fine, I accept your offer. Do we not get a say in any of this? Oh, he's been helping us fight anyway, so fuck it.
뭐야?
Ooh, horrible start. I'll attempt to dodge, but I don't think it's gonna work.
눈에 새겨주지.
A에 거스르지 말고.
저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
Rodeo's throwing fists of justice. Oh, hey, you pulled up. I thought you didn't want to see your baby. Yeah, that Hong Lu first try was hilarious.
A에 거스르지 말고.
Like, I was flabbergasted. Like, wait, I did what?
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸.
Oh, we have a second wave. I'm gonna try to keep my charge if I can. Fuck it.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
How much damage will she do? Let's find out.
벌써 끝나간다.
편하게 가자고요.
무지하니까 맞는 거야.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
내가
좀
눈에
뺏어오지.
새겨주지.
맞는 거야.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸움인 거지.
Wario Land music. Can we not be Pimp Swaggy without bringing up Wario Land, my boy? I'm gonna risk all of Hong Lu's blunt because he's dominating. I'm gonna go for one of those, two of these. Let's do it.
타도하죠.
무지하니까
예사롭지가 않은데?
무지하니까
아주 작살을 내놨어.
맘.
A에 거스르지 말고.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
내가 눈에 새겨주지. 맘. 맘.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
맘.
두드려 패.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
How many watches do we have? Ooh, we almost have enough for Ryoshu, which I'll probably pick up and I'll have to max it out, but whatever. I'll get some free lunacy out of this, which I always like. Honestly, I feel like we could finish this tonight if I keep locked in.
뭐야 그 파이팅이다.
I'm still thinking about getting Hong Lu first try, because that shit's actually funny to me. Oh, this is a focus encounter. I gotta lock in a little bit. Alright.
직접 알게.
Maybe 2 more hours of the event. 2 more hours? What? I thought I was almost done. I'm only up to like 10. Come on, Ryoshu, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
벌써 끝나가는 거.
2 staggers is already pretty lit, pretty litty.
너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
간식인가?
Attack him. Do that.
내가 눈에 새겨주고.
That's high-end estimate. Fuck you mean high-end estimate? How many more words do I have to read? Because this is number 10 already. You're the culprit!
이런 것도 되죠.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
Hong Lu did not deserve to be so swaggy with it.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 법이지.
직접 알게 한다. 맞는 거야.
맘.
편하게 가자고요. 편하게 가자고요.
하나 눕혔네.
Here's the big boy himself.
보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 법이지.
Stagger-based units attack or tremor burst. All allies. Yeah, alright. Oh, I got a gift for you. Have you no shame?
직접 타도하죠.
Oh no. Wait, wait, wait. Ooh, to come back. Alright.
헛! 자! 무지하니까
레이에 거스르지 말고.
에이, 저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터.
I'm honestly gonna make my game have the Chiquito team bands in my units. There has been some cosmetic mods already coming out, but I doubt anyone is gonna make that one. Sorry to say. You know what? No, jump him with that. I think it'd be funny.
직접 알게 한다.
Here it comes.
이런 것도 되죠.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
For the greater good. He's gonna die before he gets to use that anyway.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
그런 것도 되죠. 편하게 가자고요.
벌써 끝난
Oh, you're just deleted. I'm so sorry.
맘.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 공격이
직접
더
알고
매서워지거든.
편하게 가자고요.
맘.
We quickly moved our conversation to the hideout after defeating the Eurodivier members. Yeah! Surrender and confess. Starting to run low on patience. Might kill you soon. No? It looks like Ryoshu's getting tired of playing detective. We surrendered already. Not sure what you want us to confess either. What, would you like for us to confess that we're the Eurodivier or something? We hesitated. I'm sure it really was clueless or not. That's when Rhodia confidently started forward and pointed an accusatory finger at the Eurodivier captain. Right. Questioning time! You've always